with that, we'd be glad to try to answer any questions that you might have.
How many people are unaccounted for right now?
Is there anyone still missing?
Let me just give you an additional piece of information. Governor Wolf, who, as many of you well know, was here last night, has ordered state flags to be flown at half-mast, and I have issued a similar order for City of Philadelphia flags as well, out of respect to the victims. Walt.
Mayor, has the search, Mayor, excuse me, Vice Mayor, has the search of the train cars at this point been completed, or is that still in process as you're trying to?
Still in process. I was just at the site 10 minutes ago.
How many are missing or unaccounted for?
We don't have an accurate count on that, and I'm not in a position to get into those details.
But Mayor,
yes,
you told us, CNN, you still do not have everyone accounted for. You said 12 plus hours later, you're still in a preliminary investigation. Because what we're hearing here is you still have people unaccounted for? You still don't have everyone accounted for?
We have not completely matched the manifest that we received from Amtrak with the patient or hospital information that hospitals assigned personnel to our Emergency Operations Center last night. That is a very tedious process dealing with individuals, many of whom obviously we have no idea who they are until they self-identify. We very well could have also had people who did not even check in with us. There's also the possibility that some people who were supposed to be on that train, as any of us always know, some people just miss their train or end up taking a different train or something like that. So we're not going to get into the hard specifics of who do we have, who do we not have, anything like that until we know for sure. And again, we have to be sensitive. We have to be sensitive to people who may have had a family member on that train. Yeah, I'll come back over.
Can you confirm that 4 bodies have been removed from the wreckage and that responders are working to get one more out of it?
What I can confirm is what I confirmed earlier. We know that unfortunately there are 6 deceased. I'm not going to get into where they were, where they've been transported. Our medical examiner has given us information. We have unfortunately 6 deceased.
Robert,
I heard a voice over here.
Have the conductors been interviewed yet? Yes.
Robert?
As best information as I know, the conductor was injured to some extent, received medical treatment, and is either has or is giving a statement or report to the Philadelphia Police Department. I have no further information about the conductor or any other Amtrak personnel. Yes,
For Mr. Sumwalt from the NTSB, is there anything you can give us about the preliminary investigation into preliminarily what you're saying could have gone wrong? Was there a problem going into that curve?
Thank you. The question is, do we have any preliminary information about that curve? And no, and just as we've said, we're just getting here. Our purpose for being here on site is to collect the perishable evidence, the information that will go away with the passage of time. So we're going to go and very methodically start collecting information. What was the train speed? What was the speed limit on that curve? That's part of our investigation, is to very carefully document that.
What is it that in the black box, the so-called black box, what exactly will give you? What information will we have when you get to analyze it in the...
Why don't we do it this way? It's the mayor's press conference, but if you will, when you have a question, raise your hand, state your name and affiliation once we call on you, and that'll make it a little more organized. So the question is that what can we get from those event recorders? And we can get a lot of information, and it's my understanding that we've already recovered those, and they will be read out. We will be looking at those. We have a forward-facing video camera that is in the head end of the locomotive, the front end of the train. So we will be looking at that. We will be the event recorders themselves can give you information about the speed of the train, any brake applications, any throttle applications that the engineer could have made, horn, bell. It can give us a lot. So that will be key to this investigation, is a good download of those data, which is being conducted, will be done this afternoon, I think. So we hope to be able to provide you with information as we get it.
2 last questions. Yes.
Can you give us any information about the people who died, age ranges? Have their families all been notified?
I have no information about that. All we have, again, unfortunately, is 6 confirmed deceased. We are still trying to get information about those individuals. Again, this is a horrific scene. I just need your patience and understanding that we're trying to get through that. Last question.
Amtrak?
Can you just, sir, can you paint a picture of the scene? You're doing an investigation, but there's also a rescue looking for potential victims, fatalities. Can you just paint the scene, what is going on out there?
Yes, the question is, can we paint a picture of what's going on out there? And of course, it's a devastating scene. There are many first responders out there that are working. They are carefully examining the equipment to see if there are is there anyone else in the rail cars. So the search and recovery effort will actually take precedence over our accident investigation, and we expect to be able to get in there very soon. But we have already started doing things like retrieving the recorders and getting training records for the crews and things like that. So just because we haven't gotten a real up close and personal view of the actual, we've gone out and examined. We've done a good look over of the scene, but we have not started to very carefully document the wreckage at this point, but we will.
Last question.
There are other sensors beyond the body. Have you covered any factual information about what
The question is, do we have any other factual information from any other recorders at this point about what the train was doing? And the short answer to that is no, we do not. We basically, and I want people to try and understand, we've just gotten here. You have a lot of questions, we have a lot of questions. We intend to answer many of those questions in the next 24 to 48 hours. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. We'll let you know about any other updates or briefings. Certainly the possibility that we could provide an update later on this afternoon. No guarantee of that, but we will keep you as informed as we can based on factual information, not speculation, not supposition. Thanks a lot.
Will the pressers all happen here? They'll all be here?
We would expect it, yes.